Happy Friday. Hopefully I'll get this up on Friday. Happy Friday. I thought that I would do this quick little update, especially since my last Caring Birch post was extremely long. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what you're seeing. I'm not looking at the camera. Sitting in the cup holder, and I've got a bunch of Amazon returns. Hopefully you're, maybe getting some out of the window, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, happy Friday. So, I totally went blank. So, yeah, school started this week. JD went back on Wednesday. He is thrilled. He loves teaching. He does like teaching, but, yeah, going back to school. Bree and Brandon both start next week. Bree will be going 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. And, she is extremely excited. Yesterday, she actually got very, very sad because it was not a school day. I don't know what she was thinking. I guess she was thinking that, next week Daddy starts, and then she goes to school. And I think she was thinking, okay, Daddy starts school on Wednesday. And then yesterday was Thursday, and she thought that she was going to school. She had next week, next day. A little backwards. But yeah, she was very sad. Brandon, I asked him, I was like, buddy, are you excited for school? It's coming up, you get to go, he'll go 2 days, half day, and, he is not really, feeling school. You ask him if he's gonna go, and he goes, nope, I stay here forever. So, I'm a little nervous. He has gone to school, kind of. It's been a couple of times where I've taken him with him to puppet shows. I do my puppet shows at schools, daycares, child care development centers, so CDCs. And he has gone with me to those, and he has sat nicely while I have put on my show, and he has gotten permission to play while I'm setting up and putting things away. Teachers have given him permission to play with other kids and play at, check out all their cool toys and things like that, and he does enjoy that. I don't think he really gets it. And James has taken him to school with him a couple of times. There was a picture in their yearbook last year, actually, with him teaching and pointing at the blackboard, and he's got Brandon on his hip, So yeah, he just doesn't really quite get it, and he is, fear of the unknown, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure he'll like it once he gets into it. So yeah, both kids are really doing great. We're not quite sure on Bree's stoma. At first they were saying, oh, it's definitely gonna need surgically repaired, which is simple, very simple. They just kind of snip it so it will actually heal, which sounds crazy, but that's the way it is. But here recently it's actually been looking pretty good. So we've got an update. We'll see a doctor here in next week. Crap, I don't want to. We might have. Whoa, dude! Holy shit! Okay, the truck almost went over on me. And now I went over. I don't want to be dealing with that. That scared the shit out of me. There we go. That's a way to. So yeah. What was I saying, Lord? Oh, Bree and her doctor's appointment. She's got one, hopefully she won't have, about her airway. But both kids are doing great. Brandon's doing great. I learned some sad news this week. I learned that Dr. Park died. Dr. Park is a neurosurgeon who did Bree's, her surgery, her SDR surgery. And I mean, this doctor was absolutely phenomenal. He healed so many kids. I think like 87 countries or 83 countries and over 5,300 operations. This specific operation, not counting the other ones he did. I mean, there was a boy with cerebral palsy who is now playing football. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a girl, one mother posted a video of her daughter thanking Dr. Park, because, she is now, like, she was walking a catwalk. She was doing a beauty fashion show thing. And I'm telling you, if I did not know, if the mother did not say, oh, here's Kaylee, and you hear the announcer say, oh, here's Kaylee, or whatever, that's not her name, you know, I wouldn't have known which kid had cerebral palsy. He retired, he did his last SDR in May, and he retired on June 30th, and he suddenly died on August 31st. Just absolutely heartbroken that he could not enjoy his retirement. Heartbroken for the loss of this doctor. I'm so glad that Bree was able to be, that Dr. Park was able to do her operation. We all know he trained his replacement apparently so well. But it is so sad. I mean, this doctor, I talk about Dr. Brady, my MFN, my OB, he was my high risk doctor, and I had him. He was my doctor when he delivered all of my babies, all of them, Joshua, Anya, Bree, and Brandon. He was like the most phenomenal doctor. He saved my life. I'm not kidding. Truly, the man saved my life in more ways than one. I was not far from dying when I had Anya and Bree. He didn't even have time to properly numb me up. He had to go in like no anesthetic. I had like a completely awake, alert C-section because he needed to get the girls out so fast to save me. I mean, I was gonna die, which is like super scary to think about. I guess I'm glad I was just like blissfully unaware of what was going on until after. But when Brandon was born, it was like, God, he did everything. I was numb for that C-section. I knew what to kind of expect, really. I remember, like, he pulled him out and showed him to us, even as tiny as he was, Brandon, and wished him happy birthday. And I remember him saying, Dad, come over here. You've got, business to do. And Jake got to cut the cord and everything. And I mean, like, after I had the girls, I had postpartum pretty bad, I guess you could say. And then, when Anya died, it was so much worse. But that really wasn't postpartum. That was grief. But anyway, yeah, it's just, I talk about Dr. Brady and what a great doctor he was for me. Dr. Park was like Bree's Dr. Brady. And Dr. Bax, who, her cardiologist at Nationwide, who like reconstructed her, who fixed her heart, who, fixed her, stenosis, who, reconstructed her airway. Dr. Bax is the one who told us about Dr. Park. And he's like, I see you're doing Botox here. You can do so much better. I'm going to refer you. We have all these great medical professionals, and Dr. Brady died of pancreatic cancer. He found out. He was gone like 3 months later. It's like we've got these fantastic doctors. They don't get to enjoy their retirement. It's heartbreaking to have such a fantastic person leave this earth. So that was very sad news to hear this week. I heard that on Wednesday, of course, the first day of school, and that I cried over it. I cried buckets. I truly did. I'm so pleased that I am thriving to a degree, my kids are thriving thanks to these fantastic doctors. And and I will say Dr. Brady is the doctor that got me referred to the endocrinologist who finally diagnosed me with lupus. Something was wrong. I mean, it took years to get that diagnosis, and it would not have happened without Dr. Brady. And he's gone now. I mean, it's great. I'm so grateful for these doctors. They're no longer here, and that makes me sad. So I'm trying to think of what else do I have? What else? I really can't think of anything else. I'm trying to think of what I talked about in my caring bridge. I talked about Dr. Park. Talked about Bree's accident, which I've touched base on a voice update before. My mom's got all her scans coming up, so I'm a little nervous about that. I'm just trying to stay positive. It seems like every other scan something more pops up. So this is her last scan was good, so I'm just kind of like, man, fingers crossed, hoping that all is good. There is a truck behind me, and he has got flashing lights, and I keep thinking, oh, I'm getting pulled over, but I am not, because he got flashing lights. And then the car behind me is like straddling the double white line, or the dotted line, the passing light. Dude, I'm not going to go any faster, and other people are not letting them over either. So they to go around, which is like fantastic. Okay. I can't think of anything else. I really can't. We had a great weekend, I guess. So last Friday, we went to the baseball game. Yeah, the Reds, they lost terribly. It was a 10-run ninth inning. Awful. It was awful. Watching them just piss away the game. And I am actually not a baseball fan. I went with Julie and her family, and then they had so many extra tickets. So I've heard Julie say all these, so yeah. But it was really bad. They lost. We had excellent seats though. Like, we were, I think, 22 rows up. So that was pretty cool. But yeah. I remember JD looking, because, oh, we're in row W for a win. And like, no, it was a win for who? It wasn't us. It was awful. The fireworks afterwards were really cool. And then on Sunday, we went and we had time in Rob's boat, which was a lot of fun. Until Brandon got knocked in the river. He's fine. He's wearing a life jacket. James and Rob and Patrick Rottinghouse, or Prot, I'll call him Prot, JD, and Rob, they all jumped in. Like, Brandon fell in, they all jumped in after him. Ari and I each grabbed one of his legs, and he was more upset by like us kind of grabbing him you know, like jerking his legs and stuff. So yeah, he was good. Bree, really thoroughly enjoyed the, she loves all things water. My Facebook memories have reminded me that we went to the beach 2 years ago, this time of year. We were at the beach. We usually, end of August, first week of September, trip. And that was the year Jay was diagnosed with diabetes. We had like one of those really bad lows at a restaurant. I remember that too. But Bree loved the ocean. She loved the sand. She one day, she broke out from holding one of our hand and ran towards the ocean. Like, you know, oh, baby, this is mine. And we had to chase after her. And, like, we gave her a stern talking to, you know, that you just can't run into the ocean. Like, you know, give it a few years, girl. So, yeah. Why was I talking about vacation? I don't even know. Lord. I'm going to go this way. Oh, Bree, ocean, boat. Lord help me. She thoroughly enjoyed it, and I have this feeling that lake weekends are going to be a big, big thing. They haven't been this year. Haven't been paddleboarding once, and Julie was saying that she hasn't either. We usually go paddleboarding with her because she has extra boards. I have just, you know, obviously before my surgery I was in too much pain, and now I'm still recovering. I am like feeling actually pretty good. Except for the stent. The stent is still, I've never gotten used to it, and you know, it'll be removed, I'm hoping soon, man. I hate it. I absolutely despise the stent. But like, I never thought that I would be grateful for my regular pain. Like just my back pain, which is pretty debilitating some days, you know, I'm not gonna lie. But like, when you have debilitating pain on top of debilitating kidney failure pain, and like the constant like spasms and stuff, it's like double whammy. So yeah. Doing better. We haven't done it this year. Next year though, it's happening. All right, well, I am where I need to go. If you can't tell, I've already like turned my car off and everything else. I've got to make a return to Kohl's. Man. So, nice talking to you.